basketball. It is officially the play-in round here at Cottage Grove High School. The round of 32 to be more specific. Cottage Grove has earned themselves a home game by finishing second in the Sky M League. The visitors tonight going to be the Yamhill Carlton Tigers. For Yamhill Carlton, they finished the year with a 12-11 record, but don't let that fool you. They played in a very tough Oregon West Conference in which they had 4 of those teams were all top 10 teams in the Oregon West this year. So they only had a 2-8 league record, but they were also playing against 4 of the top teams in 4A basketball. So I would expect this one has the opportunity to be very contested, especially when you look at this Cottage Grove team now that was 1 win away from a Sky M League title twice. All they had to do was beat Junction City a second time, and they could not do it. So now a short turnaround from the loss on Tuesday. The girls are going to have to rebound and find something to get some momentum going, especially offensively with Riley Kelty, Emma Gardner, and Kira Murphy, the bigs for Cottage Grove. The Lions, I think the key to this one really, it's become evident here towards the end of the year, they cannot fall down big. We've seen Cottage Grove face big deficits this season, and things have kind of unraveled for the Lions when that comes up. So I think Cottage Grove's key is kind of the same as Yamhill Carlton. Keep close. I mean, just keep this thing close, and I mean, any roll could decide it at the end of this basketball game. Of course, Lady Lions going to have a size advantage as they have all year, but if the Tigers of Yamhill Carlton have seen any film with Junction City, they may just know how to beat it. I would expect a close one here at Cottage Grove High School. Once again, this is the play-in round, basically the round of 32. The winner of this game would be on the road next week in the round of 16 in the OSAA 4A state playoffs. It looks like we are just about ready for the national anthem. We're going to take a 2-minute break and be back with the start of this one. back to Cottage Grove High School. I'm your host, Evan McClendon, here on 1400 KNND. Starters for the visiting Yamhill Carlton Tigers going to be the senior number 5, Bella Van Horn, followed up by the sophomore number 20, Aaliyah Seibel, along with the senior number 22, Rebecca Whitchurch, the senior number 33, Megan Gabler, and the junior number 34, Sadie Horn. Starters for the hometown Cottage Grove Lions going to be the 5'2" junior guard number 1, Tara Child, the 6'2" senior post number 13, Kira Murphy, the 5'8" junior guard number 22, Sam May, the 6'3" sophomore post number 40, Riley Kelty, and the 6'2" sophomore post, Emma Gardner. No heights listed for the Yamhill Carlton Tigers, but definitely an obvious size advantage to start this one for Cottage Grove. I think the biggest key to this one really is the lady that was just introduced on the floor in Emma Gardner, the sophomore. Remember, missed 4 games due to a concussion, then came back and scored 25 in her first game back against Elmira. She followed that up against Junction City in a game which she had 6 blocks just in the first half in that basketball game, but it still was not quite enough for Cottage Grove to overcome the Junction City Tigers. We are just about ready for the tip-off. It is going to be Riley Kelty and Sadie Horn for the tip. Cottage Grove going from my right to left, and Carlton from my left to right. And we are ready. Ball's up. Tip is won by Cottage Grove. Gardner has it, pushes it into the paint, gets it to Murphy, and off glass and good. And it's a fast break bucket right off the bat there for Cottage Grove. And it's a 2-0 Lions lead. Ball on the right wing to Seibel, now over on the far side to Gabler. Left wing now to Bella Van Horn. Back to Seibel, over to Van Horn for 3. That one's no good, but an offensive board for Yamhill Carlton. Now a jumper on the baseline is good from Megan Gabler, her first 2 points of the night. And it looks like the Tigers are going to press to start early in this one. Cottage Grove handles it well there. Remember, they were really fooled by the press early on against Junction City, trying to get the pass down low to Murphy, and it's just overthrown by Cottage Grove. And that's what the Lions did against the Junction City Tigers on Tuesday. At one point in the first quarter, about halfway through it, they had more turnovers than points. That's not the way they're going to want to start this one. We're tied up at 2. Just under 7 minutes to go in the first quarter. Van Horn to Seibel, back over to Van Horn, now down low to Horn. That shot is over Gardner, but does not fall. Tara Child pushes it up the floor for Cottage Grove. Now she'll have to back it off. Yamhill Carlton right now looks like they're going to pack the paint, basically in a 2-3 zone here to start this one against the Bigs of Cottage Grove. May on the left wing, now over to Child on the right wing. Child gets it to Gardner. Out by half court. Gardner now over to May on the left wing. May over to Gardner on the right wing. They're trying to get Kelty and Murphy open down low right now. Pass down low to Kelty. Kelty might have got away with the travel there, but gets it away to Gardner, and now Gardner is fouled, and that one's going to go on Bella Van Horn, her first of the night. Sam made it inbound from the far side for Cottage Grove. She's got it into Gardner, now over to Kelty. Kelty in the paint, left-handed, can't get that one to fall, but it's knocked out of bounds by Yamhill Carlton, and it will stay with Cottage Grove. Sam made it inbound from underneath the hoop. May, somebody to throw it to, gets it to Child on the baseline, and Child steps out of bounds, and the Tigers defense forces another turnover here against Cottage Grove. 5:55 to go in the first quarter. Knot it all up at 2. Horn walks it up the floor for the Tigers, trying to get it down low. It's tipped and stolen away by Cottage Grove. Gardner now to May on the right wing to Gardner. So far this 2-3 zone for the Tigers has worked very well against the Cottage Grove half-court offense. Now May on the left wing, that's a three, and that one's too strong. The board is taken by the Tigers. I'm sure Yamhill Carlton will be happy to allow Cottage Grove to take as many threes as they want. Now there's a foul on the outside on the three, and it's going to be 3 free throws here for Rebecca Whitchurch. That one goes on Murphy. That's her first. Now it's going to be 3 free throws here for Whitchurch. First one is up and good from Rebecca Whitchurch, and Yamhill Carlton has its first lead of the game. Second free throw from Whitchurch. That one good as well. It's a 4-2 lead here for the Tigers. Third free throw. That one is nothing but net as well, and Yamhill Carlton has a 5-2 lead. Now Cottage Grove dealing with the press. Gardner gets it across half court on the left wing. Gardner now over to May on the right wing. May drives down low and tries to get it to Gardner, and it's stolen away by Yamhill Carlton again. That's the third turnover here early for Cottage Grove. Ball on the right wing to Seibel, over to Whitchurch. Now on the far side. Cross-court pass to Seibel. Seibel now to Whitchurch. Three, that one's no good. The board goes to Yamhill Carlton. Seibel now on the near side. Seibel has it stolen away by Child. Child pushing the basketball into the paint. Child up, in, and one. Tara Child doing it all herself there. Gets the fast break bucket and will have a free throw. 4:31 to go here in the first quarter. That one goes on Aaliyah Seibel, her first. Now it looks like Michaela Bloomquist going to come in for Sam May. 4:31 to go here in the first quarter, and Yamhill Carlton with a 5-4 lead. Tara Child to attempt the free throw. It is up, and it is good from Child. Ball to Van Horn on the left wing. Van Horn to Seibel. Seibel now back to Van Horn. She takes it right, now passes over to the left to Whitchurch. Whitchurch gets it away to Horn. Now over on the near side, three from Van Horn is no good. The board is tipped out of bounds, and it's going to stay with Yamhill Carlton as it goes off of Michaela Bloomquist. All tied up at 5 with 4:04 to go. Ball's into Seibel. Seibel now on the baseline. Jumper is good again. That's the second time Megan Gabler has been left open on the baseline, and she's hit them both. Now fast break this way. Bloomquist gets it to Murphy, and Murphy's fouled by Horn. Heads up play there by Kira Murphy. As it's going to be 2 free throws there for Murphy. She just saw the defender Horn off her feet. Got a shot off, and it's going to net her 2 free throws. First free throw from Kira Murphy is up and good. Murphy on the year, shooting 51% from the line. Second free throw from Murphy. That one is up and good as well, and we're all tied up at 7. Van Horn to walk it up the floor for Yamhill Carlton. Whitchurch now over on the left wing to Seibel on the far side to Van Horn, and it's stolen away by Kelty. Bloomquist now to push it, gets it to Child. Child lay in, that one's no good. The board is knocked out of bounds, and it is going to be Yamhill Carleton basketball. A missed opportunity there for Tara Child on the fast break, but we're still all tied up at 7. Whitchurch now over to Seibel. Seibel to Van Horn. Cross court now to Whitchurch, and Whitchurch falls down. And it looks like she may have sprained her ankle there as she went down awkwardly. Trying to stop there on the floor. Ankle did not hold up for Whitchurch. We'll see how she is. It looks like number 2 Riley Southard is going to come in for Yamhill Carleton. Not sure if it's the knee and or the ankle there for Whitchurch, but she basically just tried to stop and could not. So 3:12 to go here in the first quarter. Once again, you're listening to the Mighty 1400 KNND. I'm your host, Evan McClendon, as Whitchurch gets up and walks herself off the floor. So it looks like she is going to be okay. We'll see if we see her more, though, in the rest of this basketball game. So into the game for Yamhill Carleton, Riley Southard, a junior for the Tigers. It's Cottage Grove basketball after the Whitchurch travel. Murphy on the left wing. Murphy now gets it to Bloomquist, back to Murphy. Murphy throws up a floater, almost has it stolen away by Yamhill Carleton, and that pass is stolen away by the Tigers. Now fast break this way. Gabler tries to get the pass away, and it's stolen by Gardner. Back the other way we go. Bloomquist. Bloomquist has it stolen away by Yamhill Carleton as we're going back and forth here. Now Horn gets it away to Seibel. Seibel turnaround is blocked, and it's Bloomquist basketball. Now Seibel steals it back. Seibel gets it away to Van Horn. About 4 changes of possession there. Almost another there as Bloomquist tried to come up with the steal. Seibel on the right wing. Seibel over to Van Horn. Now back to Seibel. Seibel going to shoot the 3. That one's off the mark, and the board goes to Kira Murphy. Gardner to Pardee. Pardee now to Gardner on the right wing, and that pass almost stolen away. Now to Pardee on the left wing. Pardee throws it away. Yamhill Carleton fast break this way. Seibel has it. Seibel going to pull up for the jumper. That one's too strong. Board goes to the Tigers, and that shot blocked by Murphy, but the ball's going to stay in the hands of Southard, who gets it away to Seibel on the right wing. Pass down low, that one's tipped, and fast break this way. Bloomquist lay in, no good. The board is knocked out of bounds by Pardee. 1:31 to go here in the first quarter. We are still all tied up at 7. Tigers basketball. Ball to Southard on the right wing. Now to Van Horn, cross court over to Jessica Reddy, who's in for the Tigers. Now to Gabler, who can't hit the baseline jumper, and it is Cottage Grove basketball. Pardee over to Bloomquist. Bloomquist now back to Child. She almost loses it. Gets to Pardee on the left wing. Child now gets it to Gardner in the paint. She'll shoot the runner left-handed. That one's no good, and the board goes to Yamhill Carleton. Under a minute to go here in the first quarter. We're still tied up at 7. Ball over to Reddy. Now cross court to Van Horn. She tries to get it down to Gabler, and it is out of bounds. 38.9 seconds to go in the first quarter. Cottage Grove basketball. Child to walk it up the floor here for Cottage Grove. She gets it to Pardee on the left wing. Pardee over to Child. Child takes it right, now gives it away to Bloomquist. Bloomquist fakes the shot, gets it to Gardner. Gardner now out to Child on the right wing for 3, and it's good from Tara Child. You don't see it a lot from Child on the outside, but she lets one fly there and it falls. And it's Yamhill Carleton basketball. Only 7 seconds to go. The three from Van Horn's no good. Board goes to Southern. That one's no good. Gabler gets the board. The putback's no good. And that is how the first quarter is going to end. Final score after one, Cottage Grove 10, Yamhill Carleton 7. We're going to take a 1-minute break and be back with the start of the second quarter. Welcome back to Cottage Grove High School. I'm your host, Evan McClendon, here on 1400 KNND. It is Tigers basketball to start the second quarter. They have a 10-7 lead. That pass is off the mark, stolen away by Child. Fast break, lay-in, too strong, and the board goes to the Tigers. Jasmine Carlgren into the game for Yamhill Carleton, but they get it down low to Horn. Horn off glass is going to get that one to fall. It's the first two of the game for Sadie Horn. Cottage Grove basketball, 10-9 lead for the Lions. Child now into the paint, and Child is fouled. She will have 2 free throws. See who they get that one on. It looks like it's on Southern, so that will be the first foul of the game on Riley Southern. Child now to the line to shoot 2, and it is up, and it is good from Tara Child. Maria Pardee back into the game for Cottage Grove. The second free throw also good for Child. And Cottage Grove pushes the lead back up to 3 and comes away with a steal. Bloomquist on the right wing looking for trailers. Gets it to Murphy in the paint. Murphy over the defense, too strong. The board goes to Kelty. She can't get that one to fall. And Yamhill Carleton comes up with the board. Tigers basketball over to Seibel on the right wing. Seibel now back out to Horn. The baseline jumper's no good. Ball's tipped out to Seibel. Seibel going to step into a 3. That one's no good. Ball goes to Van Horn, and Horn gets the bucket. Sadie Horn now with 4 and 1 as she is fouled. I believe that foul was called on Murphy, and now Sadie Horn to the free throw line. That one's no good. Looks like we've got an official's timeout as Jasmine Carlgren is going to have to come out. Means Gabler going to be back into the game for the Tigers, who will press. The free throw no good from Yamhill Carleton. 6:42 to go here in the second quarter. Cottage Grove with a slim 12-11 lead at this point. Bloomquist now to Gardner. Gardner going to push it up the floor for Cottage Grove. Gardner now gets it to Murphy in the paint. Murphy off glass. That's no good. Trying to get her own board. Cannot. It's taken by Yamhill Carleton. Seibel going to push it up the floor for the Tigers, and she throws it away, looking for Seibel down low. Ball right back to Cottage Grove. Gardner now gets it into Murphy, back to Gardner. Gardner down to Child. Child on the right wing. Child into the paint. Child around the defense, can't get it to fall. The board on the ground. Horn. It looks like they're going to credit a timeout here to the Tigers with 6:12 to go, and Yamhill Carlton will keep the basketball. So we got a timeout here from Yamhill Carlton, and it looks like it is a 30-second timeout. We're going to take a 30-second break and be back with the rest of the second quarter. Back to Cottage Grove High School. I'm your host, Evan McClendon, here on 1400 KNND. It is a 12-11 Cottage Grove lead with 6:08 to go here in the second quarter. I think the question mark for both sides right now is figure out something offensively. Ball's down low right now, and it looks like Sadie Horn is fouled before a shot attempt. That one goes on Kira Murphy. That is only the second on Murphy. Riley Kelty back in for Cottage Grove. She is yet to score in this one. Seibel now over to Van Horn. Now back to Seibel. Back over to Van Horn on the left wing. To Seibel on the right wing. Over to Van Horn. Cross court to Seibel. Seibel now. Van Horn playing catch with it outside the three-point line. Over to Southern. Now the ball is to Gabler over on the far side. Gets it down low to Gabler. That one's no good. A block there from Cottage Grove. And it will be Lions basketball once again. Bloomquist takes it right. Going to step into a jumper, and the freshman Michaela Bloomquist hits the long jumper for Cottage Grove, and they've got it back up to a three-point lead. This has been the largest lead of the game for either side so far in this one. We've been close the whole time. Now a three. That one's no good from the Tigers. Board is taken by Yamhill Carlton. Good hustle play there from Horn. Ball over to Seibel on the left wing. Gabler now cross court to Geibel. To Van Horn, now back over to Seibel. Seibel to Southern, now on the baseline to Van Horn, cross court to Seibel. Still no Whitchurch in the game here for the Tigers after that early injury. She just walked back out from the locker room. That pass is almost stolen away by Bloomquist. Ball now to Van Horn. Now on the left wing over to Seibel for three. That one's no good, and the board goes to Kelty. Kelty with the outlet pass to Child. Child gets it over to Bloomquist on the right wing. Bloomquist with some room, tries to drive down low and get the ball away, and we've got a foul on Riley Kelty down low. This is the first foul of the game on Kelty. Sam May back into the game for Cottage Grove, replacing Michaela Bloomquist. 4:06 to go here in the second quarter. Cottage Grove up 14-11. Van Horn now to Seibel on the near side. She drives down low over the defense and has it blocked by Emma Gardner. Well, so far Yamhill Carlton done a pretty good job here in the first half defensively against Cottage Grove, but they haven't had any answer on the other side of the basketball. Just not enough offense so far for the Tigers. That shot is blocked, but a foul. It's going to be called down low on Gabler, and it's going to be two free throws here for Riley Kelty. You're listening to the Mighty 1400 here on KNND. I'm your host, Evan McClendon. It's going to be 2 free throws here for Kelty. She's shooting 54.5% from the line on the year. First free throw from Kelty is off the mark. Kelty still being held out of the scoring column so far here in the first half. Something we usually don't say for the sophomore that averages double digits per game, and that second free throw is in and out. Doesn't fall as well, so it is still a 3-point basketball game. Van Horn over to Seibel, now on the far side. Cross-court pass. Gonna go to Gabler. Gabler now gets it over to Seibel on the left wing. Seibel to Horn. Cross-court now. 3 for Van Horn is nothing but net, and we are all tied up just like that. 14. That pass tipped away by the Tigers and out of bounds. We'll stay with Cottage Grove with 3:07 to go here in the second quarter. Ladd now to May. May takes it right on the right wing. That pass is tipped and stolen away. Ball over to Seibel on the left wing, and Yamhill Carlton with its first chance to take the lead since early in the first quarter. Van Horn now over to Seibel, back to Van Horn. She just hit that 3 that tied this up. Now that pass is thrown away, but saved. Good hustle play there from the Tigers. Seibel now over to Van Horn on the right wing, now to Horn. Now cross court over to Seibel, left wing 3. That one's short, and it is out of bounds, and it will be Cottage Grove basketball. And now it looks like Whitchurch, Rebecca Whitchurch, is good to go back into the game. She's got 3 points so far here in the first half, all 3 on free throws. Remember, she had the ankle knee injury earlier in this one. It looks like she's good to go. Kelty now to Gardner. Gardner gets trapped in the backcourt, gets it away to Madison Bethke. Bethke now to Kelty. Kelty has that pass tipped out of bounds by Van Horn, and it will stay with Cottage Grove. 2:14 to go here in the first half. We're all tied up at 14. Back into the game for the Tigers, Jasmine Carlgren. Made it inbound, and a 5-second call. Excuse me, no, it's a foul down low called on Riley Kelty. So that's her second. Michaela Bloomquist back into the game for Cottage Grove, replacing Maddie Ladd. Whitchurch with it, now over to Van Horn. Now back to Whitchurch. Whitchurch to Van Horn on the left wing. Now on the baseline, that jumper's no good from Horn, but the offensive board down low is taken by the Tigers. And the ball stays with Yamhill Carlton. Ball cross court to Whitchurch. Whitchurch now over to Van Horn. Left wing 3. That one's in and out. And the board once again goes to the Tigers. Now down low. Southern shoots the turnaround. That one's in and out. And Cottage Grove comes up with the board. Gardner with it for the Lions. Bloomquist now over to May on the right wing to Gardner. Gardner now back to Bloomquist in the paint. She tries to get it down low. It is tipped and out of bounds off of the Tigers. It will stay with Cottage Grove. Maria Pardee back in for Cottage Grove. As Madison Bethke checks out. 1:10 to go here in the second quarter. We're still tied up at 14. Pardee to inbound. She gets it into Gardner. Gardner now out to Bloomquist. She shot fakes, tries to get it to Kelty. It's tipped. Kelty now out to May. May into the paint, and May has her shot blocked. Rebound being fought for, and it's out of bounds off of Yamhill Carlton again, so it's still going to stay with Cottage Grove with under a minute to go here in the first half. Pardee gets Sends it into Bloomquist. Now to back to Pardee. The turnaround's no good. The board being fought for, taken by the Tigers, and now fast break this way. We've got a foul in the backcourt, and now it looks like Horn goes down awkwardly on the floor. That one goes on Michaela Bloomquist. Looks like Seibel going to come back into the game for Horn, who went down awkwardly. Still 50.3 seconds to go here in the first half. It's Yamhill Carleton basketball, all tied up at 14. 16 fouls on Cottage Grove, so one committed here would be free throws for the Tigers. And it looks like they're going to be content to hold for the last shot here. As I said early in this one, I kind of expected it to be close. Now Yamhill Carleton just eating clock here, probably going to run it down to about 15 seconds, and it looks like Cottage Grove's okay with that too. And the Tigers will take the last shot. Now Cottage Grove going to put up a little more pressure on the far side to Southern. Southern now to Van Horn on the near side, three from Whitchurch. That one's no good. The board is knocked out of bounds by Cottage Grove with 8.3 seconds to go here in the second quarter. Tigers to inbound. Whitchurch on the outside now to Seibel, over to Van Horn. 6 seconds, now back to Seibel. Seibel throws it away to Child. Fast break this way, gonna heave it with 2 seconds to go, and that is about it for the first half, as it has stayed close to say the least. Cottage Grove took a 10-7 lead into the start of the second quarter, and Yamhill Carleton tied it up there late in the second quarter, and we're all knotted up at 14. So far, scoring at a premium. Bella Van Horn has hit a 3 for the Tigers. Rebecca Whitchurch with 3 from the line, and Megan Gabler and Sadie Horn have added 2 for both of themselves. Tara Child really doing it for Cottage Grove, as she's got 8 of the 14 for the Lady Lions. Michaela Bloomquist added 2, and Kira Murphy added 3. Well, I think the keys to the second half pretty obvious for both sides. Cottage Grove's got to figure out the 2-3 zone of the Yamhill Carleton Tigers, and Yamhill Carleton's got to figure out something to do against these bigs at Cottage Grove offensively. Really, defense has been strong, obviously, so far in this one for both sides, but offensively is where it has been very tough here in the first half. Once again, final score after the first 2 quarters. We are all tied up at 14. We're going to take about an 8-minute break and be back with the start of the second half. second half. Welcome back to Cottage Grove High School. I'm your host, Evan McClendon, here on 1400 KNND. Started the second half and about to be underway. We are all tied up at 14. A low-scoring first half for both sides, as it's been defensively dominant so far for either side. And if that tells you anything about this second half, both teams have got to limit turnovers, because if one of these teams gets up by 6 or 8, it may just be a deficit that can't be caught the way that these defenses have played so far in the first half of this basketball game. For Cottage Grove, it's going to be Sam May, Tara Child, Emma Gardner, Riley Kelty, and Kira Murphy. For Cottage Grove, for Yamhill Carlton, it is going to be Gabler, Whitchurch, Horn, Van Horn, and Aaliyah Seibel. It's Cottage Grove basketball to start the second half. May gets it into Gardner over on the left wing. Now to Murphy. Murphy now back to Gardner on the baseline. Gardner gets it to Murphy, and Murphy is pushed from behind by Gabler. That's the first foul of the game on Gabler. She's got 4 for Yamhill Carlton, and that pass is tipped, almost stolen away by Child, and now it's thrown away by Cottage Grove, and here come the Tigers. Van Horn over to Seibel, now to Whitchurch on the left wing. Whitchurch to Van Horn on the baseline, over to Seibel on the right wing for 3. That one's no good, and the board goes to Kelty. Outlet pass to Child. She's got 2 defenders waiting for her, going to shoot the runner anyway, and she gets it to go over Van Horn, and Child has really been doing it all herself so far in this one. She's now got 10 of the 16 for Cottage Grove. Seibel drives baseline, throws it cross court to Whitchurch, now on the baseline to Gabler. Whitchurch gets it to Van Horn. Out at half court, over to Seibel, now to Van Horn on the left wing. Van Horn, that pass tipped, now back out to Whitchurch. 3, that one's no good. The board is on the floor and taken. Looks like we're going to get a jump ball. Possession arrow is to Yamhill Carlton, so we'll stay with the Tigers. 6:46 to go here in the third quarter. Seibel to inbound from the baseline, gets it in. 3, that one's no good from Van Horn. And the board goes to Cottage Grove. Gardner travels with it, got double teamed on the near side and picked up her pivot foot. And the ball right back to the Tigers. 6:31 to go. Cottage Grove with a 16-14 lead. Van Horn now to Seibel on the left wing, to Whitchurch on the baseline. Now Seibel over to Van Horn. Van Horn on the far side, now back to Van Horn. Down low to Whitchurch. Whitchurch in between 4 Cottage Grove Lions, throws it away. Now Child in the fast break again. Child lay in is no good, but the board goes to Yamhill Carlton. They'll push it this way. Bounce pass to Seibel, and Seibel gets it to go up and in. Fast break points there for Aaliyah Seibel. That pass is tipped and knocked out of bounds. We'll stay with Cottage Grove. We're tied up at 16, 5:53 to go here in the third quarter. You're listening to the mighty 1400 KNND. I'm your host, Evan McClendon. Gardner gets it in. Gardner now gets it back from Child and takes it up the floor herself. Cross-court pass now to Child. She tries to get it down low and throws it away. Whitchurch now to push it. And she gives it up to Van Horn as the Tigers will slow it down. Whitchurch Now over on the far side, Van Horn, three, that's good. The three from Bella Van Horn gives Yamhill Carlton their first lead in this one since early in the first quarter. That shot no good in the fast break, and Emma Gardner answers with the bucket. She is fouled and will have an and one opportunity, as Cottage Grove gets two of them right back, and now Emma Gardner to the line. The foul goes on Aaliyah Seibel. That is her second. It's going to be one free throw here for Emma Gardner. Gardner on the year shooting 47% from the line. Free throw from Gardner is up and good. Her first 3 points of the night for Gardner. Now we're tied back up at 19. Seibel now to Van Horn. Van Horn gets it back to Seibel. Over to Van Horn. Now back to Seibel. Left wing three. That one's no good. And I believe we're going to get an offensive foul. Down low, still waiting for the call. Indeed, it's going to go on Kira Murphy, so that is number 3 on Murphy. So Michaela Bloomquist is going to check back in now for Sam May. And it is Yamhill Carlton basketball. The three there from Seibel is good. A right wing three from Aaliyah Seibel, and it's back to a 3-point lead for the Tigers. Ball to Bloomquist now on the right wing. She'll shoot the jumper. That one's no good. The board goes to Kelty. Kelty throws it away. It's taken by Gardner. Now to Murphy. Now ball down low to Gardner. Gardner turnaround, and a foul there. Going to be called on Seibel. Excuse me, that's going to go on number 21, Jordan Rivas. That's her first. It's going to be 2 free throws now here for Emma Gardner. Yamhill Carlton with a 22-19 lead, 4:27 to go here in the third quarter. First free throw from Emma Gardner is up and is no good. From Gardner. Now Maria Pardee is going to come in for Murphy, and Riley Southard back in the game for Yamhill Carlton. Second free throw for Gardner is up, and that one's in and out as well, so it's going to stay a 3-point lead here for Yamhill Carlton. Seibel playing catch with it right now with Van Horn. She's got it over on the right wing. Cross court now back to Seibel. Seibel to Southard. That one down low. It's tipped and out of bounds off of Kelty with 4:03 to go here in the third quarter. Yamhill Carlton to inbound from the baseline. It is into Rivas, now back to Seibel. Seibel now pass out to Van Horn. Van Horn now back to Seibel on the left wing, over to Van Horn on the right wing. Van Horn to Seibel. Seibel now to Van Horn. Jumper is good on the baseline, and it's the largest lead of the game here for either side. Ball's into Pardee. Pardee gonna push it. Pardee, that shot's no good, and the board goes to Yamhill Carlton, and they've got a shot here to push this lead up some more with 3:20 to go here in the third quarter. Ball over to Van Horn as her and Seibel playing catch with it out near half court. Ball over to Seibel, now down low, and it is up, and a foul going to be called on Emma Gardner. It's going to be 2 free throws here for Rivas. It's the first foul of the game on Emma Gardner. With 2:59 to go here in the third quarter. Free throw from Rivas is up and short. Second free throw from Rivas. That one is going to fall. Emma Gardner to take it up the floor for Cottage Grove, and she loses it. It looks like it was tipped by Yamhill Carlton and out of bounds, so it will stay with Cottage Grove. 2:53 to go here in the third quarter, and the Tigers have a 25-19 lead. Ball is in and stolen away by Rivas. Rivas to push it. She overthrows Seibel in the fast break. It got, the Tigers had a 2-on-1 situation there. Missed opportunity to expand on this lead for the Tigers. Ball's into Kelty, now down to the freshman Bloomquist. Bloomquist has it tipped and stolen away. Another turnover there. Ball to Rivas in the paint. Rivas has it stolen away by Child. And now Child's going to take it the other way for the Cottage Grove Lions. And she is fouled in the paint. And it will be 2 free throws here for Tara Child. 2:32 to go here in the third quarter. That one goes on Rivas. It's her second. Tara Child to the line. Will be 2 free throws for her. First one is up and is good from Child. At this point, Child has 11 of the 20 for Cottage Grove, but she needs some help. Second free throw from Child. That one's off the mark, and the board goes to Yamhill Carlton. That is the first free throw all night that Tara Child has missed. Still a 5-point lead for the Tigers. Van Horn now to Seibel over on the far side. Cross court now back to Van Horn. Van Horn to Rivas. To Van Horn. Van Horn now to Rivas on the left wing. That pass almost stolen away. Good save there from the Tigers. Ball on the far side, now on the left wing. On the near side to Rivas. Van Horn now back to Rivas on the baseline. She gets it down low to Horn. Seibel. Now to Van Horn. Van Horn gets it to Seibel. And it looks like we've got a timeout here from Yamhill Carlton. 1:36 to go here in the third quarter. Tigers looking for the upset here in Cottage Grove. They've got a 25-20 lead. Looks like it is a full timeout, so we're going to take a 1-minute break and be back with the rest of the third quarter. Welcome back to Cottage Grove High School. I'm your host, Evan McClendon, here on 1400 KNND. 1:35 to go in the third quarter. The Yamhill Carlton Tigers with a 25-20 lead. Horn. Now over to Seibel, back to Van Horn. It's the Tigers now just eating clock. Now on the near side, Van Horn with an open look. That one's no good. The offensive board and a foul on Maria Pardee on the putback, and it's going to be 2 free throws here for Sadie Horn. First free throw from Horn. That one is just off the mark. Maddie Ladd, the freshman, going to come back in for Cottage Grove for Maria Pardee. It's the first foul of the game on Pardee. Second free throw. That one is up and good from Horn. Kelty now down to Bloomquist. Bloomquist out to Child on the left wing. Now to Gardner top of the key. It's back to a 6-point lead here for Yamhill Carleton. Maddie Ladd with it on the left wing. She gets it to Kelty. Kelty going to shoot the hook shot. She can't get it to fall. The board, though, goes to Ladd. Now back to Child. Child will pull up the jumper. That one's no good. Kelty somehow gets it to go off the offensive board. And finally a bucket here for Kelty, her first of the game, and that has brought it to a 26-22 Yamhill Carleton lead. And we've got a timeout here from head coach Kevin Yoss. We're going to take a 30-second break and be back with the rest of the third quarter. 41.7 seconds to go here in the third quarter of this one. Yamhill Carleton with a 26-22 lead. Once again, you are listening to the mighty 1400 KNND. I am Evan McClendon. The defensive battle continues, although so far in this quarter, Yamhill Carleton has put up 12 points, which is almost as many as they put up in the whole first half combined. It will be their basketball out of the break. Seibel to inbound. She gets it into Van Horn. Now over to Horn. Horn now gets it back to Jessica Reddy. Van Horn now to Seibel. Seibel out to Reddy on the far side. Cross court. That one almost stolen away by Bloomquist. Now to Seibel. 21 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Seibel now back to Reddy on the baseline. Reddy gets it down low. That jumper's no good. And it is Cottage Grove basketball. Child now going to pull up in the paint. Child picks up her dribble. Gets it to Bloomquist. 4 seconds. Now to Kelty. Jumper's no good, but she's fouled with 1.8 seconds to go in the third quarter. That one's going to go on Riley Southard. That's her second foul, and it's going to be 2 free throws here for Kelty. First free throw is up and off the back of the iron for Kelty, who's now 0 for 3 from the line so far in this one. Second free throw coming here from Kelty. The one thing Yamhill Carleton got to be careful of here, make sure Cottage Grove doesn't get an easy offensive board if she misses. Second free throw, that one's good for Kelty. It's a 3-point game. That pass is almost stolen, and that's going to end the third quarter as the final 1.8 ticks off the clock. And going into the fourth quarter of this one, it is the Yamhill Carleton Tigers with a 26-23 lead. We're going to take a 1-minute break and be back with the start of the fourth quarter. Welcome back to Cottage Grove High School. Fourth quarter just about underway. It is Yamhill Carlton with a 26-23 lead. I'm Evan McClendon here on 1400 KNND. It is Cottage Grove basketball to start the fourth quarter. Gardner has it. Gardner takes it left. Gardner's shot is no good and out of bounds. Tigers basketball. Looks like Cottage Grove now going to switch into the press. Ball over on the far side. Seibel now to Gabler. Gabler gets it to Rivas. That shot up and good as the press breaks down there for Cottage Grove. It's 2 points for Rivas, and it's back up to a 5-point lead here for Cottage Grove. Gardner now to Murphy, and it's a rejection there from Seibel. Seibel now on the left wing. Over on the far side, Van Horn for three, and it's good. A three from Bella Van Horn, her third of this game, and all of a sudden, just like that, it's an 8-point lead here for the Tigers. That one almost stolen away by Yamhill Carlton. Now Child throws it away. 6:50 to go here in the fourth quarter, and just like that, we're going to get a timeout here from head coach Kevin Yachts. It is Yamhill Carlton with a 31-23 lead. It's a full timeout. We're going to take a 1-minute break and be back with the rest of the fourth quarter. Welcome back to Cottage Grove High School. Yamhill Carlton now with a 31-23 lead. This was just a 3-point game, but it's a 5-0 run to start the quarter for Yamhill Carlton. And now we've got a block from Kelty. Child going to push it for Cottage Grove. Fast break, lay in, good. A huge bucket there from Tara Child. To a 6-point game. Now a jumper from Seibel on the baseline's no good. The rebound taken away by Cottage Grove. Gardner to push it for Cottage Grove. It's off her foot on the floor and tied up. Possession arrow is to Yamhill Carlton. Now it looks like Sadie Horn going to come back into the game for the Tigers. 6:12 to go here in the fourth quarter. Van Horn to Seibel. Now over on the far side to Horn. Back to Seibel. Back to Horn. That pass tipped. But it gets to Van Horn anyway with 6 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. The Tigers still up 6. Van Horn on the left wing. Now on the baseline. Out to Seibel. Seibel now down low. Gabler gets around Kelty, and it's an easy bucket there for Gabler. It's back up to an 8-point lead for the Tigers. Child into the paint. Now to Gardner on the free throw line. The jumper's no good. The board is out of bounds off of Yamhill Carlton, so we'll stay with Cottage Grove. Ball's into Kelty. Kelty is fouled on the shot attempt, and it's going to be 2 free throws here for Riley Kelty. She was triple teamed down low, still able to get that shot up. So now it's 2 free throws here for Riley Kelty, who's 0 for 3 so far from the line on the night. That free throw is up and good from the sophomore. Second free throw from Kelty. That one is up and no good. The board goes to the Tigers. They'll push it. Van Horn backs up and picks up her dribble. Now gets it to Rivas. Now back to Van Horn. Van Horn gets it to Seibel, and it's lost and over and back there off of Seibel. With 5:02 to go in the fourth quarter, and the Tigers up 7. Bloomquist into Murphy on the right wing. She gets it down low to Kelty, and Kelty gets the easy bucket. Now Cottage Grove sneaking back into it. They're down 5. Van Horn now down to Horn. Horn back to Seibel. Van Horn takes it right. Van Horn into the paint. Nice pass to Gabler. Gets Gardner off her feet and finishes. Megan Gabler now with 8 for the Tigers, and it's back up to a 7-point Yamhill Carleton lead. That pass is tipped out of bounds, and I think we're going to get a foul down low called on Gabler. That is the 17th foul, so now it's going to be 1-and-1s here for Cottage Grove. The free throw's up, and the first one's no good. The board goes to Murphy. That one's no good. Board goes to Kelty. Kelty gets the putback. It's Yamhill Carleton basketball once again. Gabler has it. Gabler into the paint. Gabler, an offensive foul. Is going to be the 5th, on Sadie Horn. So she is fouled out with 8 points in this one. So Cottage Grove basketball down by 5 with just over 4 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Murphy on the left wing. Cottage Grove still with fouls to give, and now a turnover. Seibel pushing it this way, and a foul is called on Tara Child, and it's going to be 2 free throws here for Aaliyah Seibel. That is the first foul of the game on Tara Child. The 18 fouls now on Yamhill Carleton, only the 4th on Cottage Grove. The free throw is up and good from Aaliyah Seibel. It's back to a 6-point lead for the Tigers. Second free throw, that one's up and good as well. It's a 7-point lead now for Yamhill Carleton. Gardner gets it into Child. She walks it up the floor for Cottage Grove. May into the paint. May now back out to Child. The Gardner left wing 3. That one's no good. And an offensive foul is going to be called on Riley Kelty down low. That's the 3rd on Kelty. And it's Yamhill Carleton basketball. Carleton basketball. Seibel to Rivas, and Rivas throws it away. Mistake there from Rivas. Cottage Grove still with life, but they're down 7 with 3:32 to go here in the fourth quarter. Child now to Bloomquist on the left wing. Bloomquist going to step into a jumper, and she's fouled from behind, and it's going to be 2 free throws from the freshman, Michaela Bloomquist. That one's going to go on Aaliyah Seibel. Free throw up, and that one's short from the freshman Bloomquist. Second free throw from Bloomquist is up and good. It's a 6-point basketball game, but fast break this way, an easy bucket for Gabler. Just a mistake there by the defense of Cottage Grove, and now it's back up to an 8-point lead for Yamhill Carlton. Ball over to Bloomquist on the left wing. She picks up her dribble, gets it to Gardner. Gardner now to Bloomquist. She takes it left. Bloomquist throws it away. Stolen away by Yamhill Carlton. Fast break this way, and it is knocked out of bounds by Child. Good pursuit there from Tara Child. But it will stay with Yamhill Carlton with 2:50 to go here in the fourth quarter. Southern to inbound from the baseline for the Tigers. She gets it into Rivas down low, and it is tied up by Child. Possession arrow is to Cottage Grove, so it'll be Lions ball. Kira Murphy going to come back in for Sam May with 2:47 to go here in the fourth quarter. Gardner with it on the right wing. Gardner gets it to Murphy in the paint. Jumper is good. The bucket there from Kira Murphy. She's now got 5, and it looks like we've got a timeout here from Cottage Grove. 2:36 to go in the fourth quarter. Season on the line for either side. Yamhill Carlton has a 6-point lead. Looks like it's a 30-second timeout from head coach Kevin Yaus. We're going to take a 30-second break and be back with the rest of the fourth quarter. Cottage Grove High School. It is going to be Yamhill Carlton basketball. 5 team fouls on Cottage Grove right now, so they still have 1 to give. I wonder at which point they start to use that strategy. Here as that pass is thrown away. Cottage Grove basketball down to Murphy. Murphy lay-in is good. That's exactly what Yamhill Carlton cannot afford here. Fast break this way, and a foul from behind is going to be called on Child. That's her second. So that is the 6th. Now on Cottage Grove. It's a 39-35 Tigers lead. Pass is in and down low to Rivas, working on Gardner. Jumper is good. Rivas down low, outmatched size-wise, but gets around Gardner, and it's back up to a 6-point lead for the Tigers. Bloomquist takes it left, gives it to Murphy on the baseline. Murphy into the paint. Jumper is good. Murphy now with 9. Here come the Tigers once again. It's Gabler with it. Now to Seibel. Seibel on the far side. Brings it back to the near side. It's almost stolen away by a child as it is knocked out of bounds. 1:42 to go here at Cottage Grove High School in the fourth quarter. It's a 41-37 Yamhill Carleton lead. Ball's into Rivas. Rivas out of Van Horn. Van Horn takes it left. Now to Seibel, back to Van Horn over on the far side. Van Horn is, Southard is finally fouled there. By the freshman Bloomquist, that's her third. First free throw is up and good from Southard. Huge free throw there from Riley Southard. Puts it back up to a 5-point Yamhill Carleton lead. Second free throw coming from Southern. It is up and it is good as well. Two huge free throws there from Southern. Has it back up to a 6-point lead for Yamhill Carleton. And now the minutes are dwindling here for Cottage Grove. They've only got 1:24 to go. Bloomquist on the left wing. Bloomquist takes it left, steps into the jumper. That one's no good. The board goes to Kelty, and Kelty gets the putback. And we've got another timeout here from Cottage Grove. 1:12 to go here in the fourth quarter, and Yamhill Carleton holding on to a 43-39 lead. It looks like we've got a full timeout. We're going to take a 1-minute break and be back with the rest of the fourth quarter. In basketball, they're going to heave one down court. It's taken by Seibel. Seibel, jumper, good. Full court pass there, gutsy call, and it works. And that pushes it back up to a 6-point lead for the Tigers. That one heaved in by Van Horn from the near baseline, and Seibel just ran it down and got the bucket. And now it's a 6-point lead for Yamhill Carleton. Once again, you are listening to the Mighty 1400 KNND. I'm Evan McClendon. Only 1:05 left in this one. We've got another timeout here from Niall Seibel, the head coach of the Tigers. Cottage Grove at this point, they just need quick buckets, and now they're forced into a situation where they have to foul. 17 fouls so far on Cottage Grove, so 2 more 1-and-1s for Yamhill Carleton, who's done a good job here down the stretch of hitting their late free throws. 2 big ones just came from Riley Southern for the Tigers. But at this point, Cottage Grove just has to push the basketball up the floor and hope they can get some good, easy looks. Either that or some offensive boards from Kelty or Gardner and some easy putbacks, but they just need points and they need them quick. The season dwindling down to an end here with only 1:05 to go in the fourth quarter. It's going to be Cottage Grove basketball out of the break. Gardner to inbound. She gets it into Child. Now to Bloomquist. clock down to a minute. Over to Gardner on the right wing. She'll shoot the three. It's no good, and the board goes to Yamhill Carlton. And now Child is going to foul Seibel in the backcourt. And if Seibel can hit 2 free throws here, this one would just be out of Cottage Grove's reach. Just about. Looks like Madison Bethke gonna come in. Lions hoping that they can get her open for a 3. Kira Murphy checks out here for Cottage Grove. So the front end of a 1-and-1 here for Aaliyah Seibel. First one is up, and it is good from Seibel. Seibel has been perfect from the line tonight, 3 for 3. Second free throw from Seibel. That one is good as well. And it is an 8-point Yamhill Carlton lead. Child now to Bloomquist on the right wing for 3. That one's off the mark. The board goes to Gardner. Gardner defended well down low. That shot's no good. The board goes to Bethke. Bethke now out to Child. Only 30 seconds to go. Gardner now going to shoot the 3. That one's no good. The board goes to Bethke again, but time is going to run out here on Cottage Grove season. Bloomquist now going to shoot the long jumper. That one's no good. And Yamhill Carlton comes away with the board with 15.3 seconds to go. And this one is in the books, as this is how Cottage Grove season is going to end. We've got a timeout here from Yamhill Carlton with only 15.3 seconds left, but they've got an 8-point lead. I wouldn't even expect to see a foul here from Cottage Grove in this situation. Tough season for the Lady Lions. You go from looking like, early on this year, after the first game against Junction City, when they had blown through everyone else in the league, it just appeared that Cottage Grove was just going to walk to a Sky League title. And then that second game against Junction City with no Emma Gardner in the lineup, the Tigers were able to come away with the victory. Ball's into Van Horn in the backcourt. Van Horn eating up clock. She takes it out across half court. Van Horn now to Seibel. And a reaching foul is going to be called on Bloomquist with 3.9 seconds to go. So it's going to be a front end of a 1-and-1 here for Seibel, but it's all for naught, as this is basically irrelevant. Going to come to Cottage Grove and steal a victory here from the Lions. Only 3.9 seconds to go. The front end of the 1-and-1 is good from Seibel. Now 4 for 4 from the line. Second free throw, that one good as well. As Seibel is going to end the night with 12 points here for the Tigers. Now Bethke going to take a last second three. And that's how the season is going to end here for Cottage Grove, as Yamhill Carlton comes in to the Lions Den and takes this one down 49-39 with the victory. And Cottage Grove, their season is finished. For the Lions, Tara Child led the scoring in this one with 13 for Cottage Grove. Riley Kelty had 9, and Kira Murphy going to end her high school career with 9 points in this one as well. Obviously a disappointing end to the finish into the year here for Cottage Grove. So once again, twice had a chance to win the Sky-M League title and get a bye tonight, but Junction City would have none of that. Won the Sky-M League title, and now Yamhill Carlton comes in and pulls off the upset. Just a short turnaround from that game Tuesday. You kind of got the sense coming into this one that Yamhill Carlton, if they could get it going against Cottage Grove and pick up some momentum, you just kind of got the sense that the Lions would not be able to come back in this one, and that's what happened, especially late down the stretch. Credit to the Yamhill Carlton girls. For Cottage Grove, going to be losing the seniors in Kira Murphy, Emma Fain, Maria Pardee, and Madison Bethke for Cottage Grove. The future obviously still bright. They've still got the two big posts in Emma Gardner and Riley Kelty, along with Tara Child coming back this year. And obviously, one win away from the Sky-M League title, down to this with the loss in the play-in round. A tough way to end the season for Cottage Grove. Once again, final score here from Cottage Grove High School. The Lions lose